Well, hey, it's Rob, and I think Jesse Wells has a problem. I'm going to talk to you about it right here. He's been on my mind lately. I mean, there's really nobody else out there who has the ability to, just observe whatever crazy things are happening in our society with the current administration or, you know, any trends in health or, outer space or you name it, and just kind of distill it down for us. And it almost seems like instantly just come up with the perfect song to just encapsulate, how most of us are feeling about whatever is going on these days. Hey, Shug, how are you? So anyway, Jesse Wells, if you don't know who he is, or if you do, most likely it's because you've seen one of his viral songs. It seems like he comes out with one pretty much every day. It's not really every day, but he is very, very prolific, and he is really quick and able to just, like we had the Signalgate thing with the, text that got leaked, about the attack in Yemen or whatever that's going on in the past week. And within like one day, he had a song called Signal Leak, and it was excellent. It's like a minute long, but, it is just well thought out and, just like I said, above and beyond what most people would be able to come up with, especially, at a moment's notice. So Jesse Wells' problem is the fact that he almost has like two parallel careers going. He's got the one where he sings the news. He's got the one where he goes out and he's outstanding in his field, like I said, stands under the power lines. I think he lives in Arkansas, and just, knocks out these songs that are just what all of us are feeling, but just puts it to words and music. And then he has this other half of his career where he just released, I believe, his first solo record. I think he was in a band called Wells, but this is Jesse Wells or whatever. I don't know if his band has a name. Maybe they're called the Fellas, I heard. I'm not sure. But anyway, so, for the purposes of this video, we'll say Jesse Wells' first solo record just came out. And is it a bunch of topical, humorous, almost, political novelty songs? No, it's not. He's trying to be like a serious singer-songwriter. He has this song called Horses I just did a cover of in a guitar tutorial. There it is right there. It's an excellent song. Now, I will admit I have heard the Jesse Wells album a couple times, and it's pretty good. There are some very good songs up, on that record, up to the level of, what we expect in here when he does these viral songs. But, I don't know, it's kind of a mixed bag for me. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm not here to review his record. What I'm saying is he has these two different careers going. It's almost like he's two different artists. He's the guy that does the political songs, and he wants to be known as a serious singer-songwriter, and who wouldn't? And so this song, Horses, he just played on Jimmy Kimmel, and I, knew he was coming on Kimmel, and I was thinking, what is, his appearance going to be like? Is Jimmy going to bring him back? Is he going to talk to him? Is he going to play like some of these viral clips or whatever? Turns out he was just a musical guest. He played the song Horses, and he walked off, and that was it. He stood in one place. He looked pretty nervous. I don't know. Maybe he's tired or whatever. I know he's on tour. And for all you guitar players out there, the song is normally a capo on the 3rd fret. He played it down on the 2nd fret, so maybe his voice is worn as well. Anyway, his band sounded very good. He, did a good job, delivering his song. But I thought, does he really want to be called out for this political stuff that he does that has already gone viral? People are already crazy about it. It gets millions of views, and, 2 days after he puts the thing out. Like, does he want to be known as that guy, or does he want to be known as the serious singer-songwriter guy, which I figure he probably wants to be known as the serious singer-songwriter guy. He's not releasing records of his viral, almost instantly created songs. He's releasing, well-thought-out studio records with the full band, and, most likely he wants to be appreciated, for, what he can do, just, as a standard singer-songwriter, up there playing his songs. And, Horses is still a very political song. I mean, it is a great song. Again, it really sums up where we are at, that, half of the people in the country think the other half are idiots. His whole point of this song is, and I guess maybe the album is called Middle, because maybe he's trying to take the middle ground, his whole point of this song is that, you know, you shouldn't think that half the people out there are fools or whatever, and that instead of gathering oats for your horses, instead of doing something positive and helpful, you know, I was getting by whipping my mules. I was getting by on instilling fear and pain and that kind of stuff. So, again, very appropriate for our times. But I think his issue going forward, again, is like, you know, what does he want to be known for? And to some degree, he doesn't even have the, you know, ability to make that choice. But it's almost hard to imagine like a song like Horses, like a traditional. It reminds me, and I said this in another video, of the era of John Cougar Mellencamp, when he had the violin. Jesse has a violin, and he was doing Paper and Fire and Cherry Bomb, like that kind of era. That's kind of what Jesse Wells reminds me of, although he is an excellent, thoughtful, very, you know, accomplished singer-songwriter, writing in a vein that very few people are these days. I mean, you know, for a long time I thought, like, why don't we have, you know, and hey, you know, it's pretty obvious which side of the fence I'm on, but why don't we have a guy for the left, a protest singer, a Bob Dylan of our times? Why aren't people, you know, calling out, you know, the injustices and the ridiculous, you know, things that we see on TV and whatever? And then here's Jesse Wells, and guy pops right up, and he's just what we need. But again, like, I think it's hard for him to balance these two sides of his songwriting personality, you know, the almost, you know, political, you know, novelty songs and the serious singer-songwriter stuff. So I don't know how he's going to do it and how he's going to navigate his career. I was almost glad that Kimmel didn't bring him back to talk about these songs and play clips and show that side of his, you know, personality or whatever. It would have gone over very big. Of course, I'm talking about Jimmy Kimmel specifically because he played on Kimmel. Of course, Kimmel rails against Trump all the time in his monologue, and would love to have, you know, clips from a Jesse Wells song, and maybe he has done in the past and I missed it. I don't know, but you know, I feel like Jesse Wells is a guy that wants his songwriting to speak for himself. I don't think he wants to sit, you know, on a, you know, couch next to Jimmy Kimmel or whatever and talk about his songwriting process or whatever. He seems to be just as amazed as everyone else that these songs have gone viral, and that, you know, anything he puts out just, you know, gets spread far and wide. But we'll have to see. I mean, clearly he'll just continue on in his career, and he'll probably keep writing these political songs, and just like I said, representing almost, you know, two different sides of his personality. And the danger is you get known for this, you know, the political songwriting. Like I said, it's almost a novelty. It's political, but it's, you know, very unique and specific to what he can do. And then a lot of people will kind of ignore your more serious songwriting efforts. Like I said, I don't know how many people have streamed his record or whatever. I think there are a couple songs from, you know, him singing out in his field or whatever that were played by his band and put on that record. But most of the things are, you know, or at least some of the things are unique to the record that he has out, and not songs that he had done previously. Like I said, he's probably done 100 songs in the last year, so he's got plenty of material to choose from. It's very funny, and I'll sum up by saying that, you know, he reminds me in some ways of that guy Oliver Anthony, who came out and had that one song where, you know, he was supposed to be writing a protest song about the rich people and how the poor people don't have anything and the dollar's not worth anything, and that's all fine and good. And then he had a verse about how, you know, fat people shouldn't get free cookies. Or like, wait a minute, what? You're writing this song about how mistreated poor people are and we don't have anything, and then you're talking about poor people who are fat and they shouldn't be, you know, getting free cookies on the government. Like, it was a real mixed message. Anyway, I did a parody of it. I did a few parodies of it, but I'll tack that on to the end of this video. But anyway, so Jesse Wells said, well, you know, I saw these people, you know, standing out in the field and singing songs and thought I could do that too. I'm sure he was talking about Oliver Anthony. Of course, if you don't know Oliver Anthony, it's because he had one song and disappeared. He had his 15 minutes of fame, and that was about it. That was all he was good for. But Jesse Wells seems to continue on and keep, you know, keeps coming up with these great timely songs. And yeah, so thankfully we got a guy who really can write some songs and isn't fat shaming and isn't a one-hit wonder or whatever like this Oliver Anthony guy. And I'll leave you with my silly, portion of a parody of my Oliver Anthony song that I did, thankfully. I'm not doing any parodies of Jesse Wells because totally in awe of that guy's talent. Wish I was able to come up with songs as quickly as he does and, to a level of quality that he seems to be able to just keep replicating week after week. All right, anyway, if you haven't heard his record, check it out, and thanks for watching.
And my cell phone battery is a-charging slow, and I dropped my left AirPod down in the snow. Got so much lag when I play Fortnite, and my new haircut didn't come out right. Lord, it's a damn shame. What the hell's gone wrong when you can't even fat shame no one in your song?